You hear a lot about being an ally to marginalized communities. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot. I'm an ally. I support you. I stand with you. And don't get me wrong, allyship can be significant, but here's the problem. Allies switch sides too easily. For too many people, allyship is performative. It's about looking good, saying the right thing at the right time, and getting a pat on the back for being one of the good ones. And then, when things get uncomfortable, when the backlash comes, when standing up actually costs something, too many so-called allies disappear. And that's why I believe marginalized communities don't want allies. They want friends. A friend doesn't just stand with you when it's easy. A friend stands beside you when the world turns against you. A friend doesn't just say, I support you, and then vanish when it gets complicated. A friend is there when the cameras are off, when the spotlight fades, when no one is watching. Think about your closest friends, the people who have been there for you when you struggled, the ones who didn't just offer words, but showed up, sat with you in the hard times, and stood beside you when others walked away. That's what marginalized communities need. Not just temporary support, but real, unwavering friendship. Because allies can choose when to engage. They can decide when to care, when to show up, when to walk away. But for those who are marginalized, who are discriminated against, who are fighting to exist, they don't get that choice. They don't get to opt out when it's inconvenient. Now, imagine going through something excruciating, whether it's grief or a major life struggle, and someone tells you, I support you, but then they never show up. They don't check in. They don't show up. They don't stand beside you when it matters. And that's what too many allies do to marginalized communities. And they see it time and time again. Allies might march in the parade, but friends walk with you home afterwards. Allies might post a hashtag, but friends check in on you when they see the news. Allies might say the right things in public, but friends defend you in private conversations when no one else is listening. And I'll tell you something hard to hear. Many people who call themselves allies will abandon you the second it costs you something. They'll support you until their family disagrees, their church says it's wrong, or their job tells them to stay neutral. Their friends start calling them out. Their social circle makes them uncomfortable. And then suddenly, they're gone. Poof. They were an ally when it was safe, when it was easy. They were an ally when it was convenient. But the second there's a cost, they're going to back away. They get quiet. They disappear. But a friend is still standing there. A friend doesn't walk away when the heat turns up. A friend doesn't distance themselves when things get uncomfortable. And a friend isn't afraid to stand in the fire with you. And that's the difference. And I need to say something to the people who consider themselves allies. If you're not willing to be a friend, you're not an ally. Because allyship isn't about you. It's not about your comfort. It's not about whether people see you as one of the good ones. It's not about saying the right words and expecting applause. If you're an ally, but the people you claim to support don't feel like they can't count on you, then you are not an ally. You are a spectator. And marginalized communities don't need more spectators. They need people who will stand with them no matter what. And let me tell you something. Marginalized people don't get to take a break from being who they are. They don't get to step back when it gets tricky. They don't get to turn off the hate or turn off the discrimination and the struggles they face every day. So if you care, truly care, and want to make a difference, be a friend, not just an ally. Friends show up. Friends listen. Friends stand beside you when the world is falling apart. The world has enough fair weather allies. We need real friends. And people who don't just agree that things need to change, but are willing to stand beside those who need it most and refuse to leave, no matter the cost? I'm asking you, who do you want to be? An ally in name only? Or a friend who stands firm, even when it's hard? Because friendship can change the world.